I hope everyone is having a wonderful day or evening, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah, I just had a disagreement with my daughter that I love very much. Okay, I love all my kids very much, but I had to step back because I am a survivor, and I have to re-examine all the time of the situation, of why I was upset, what triggered me, and how I need to de-escalate it. I concluded, and I know it took me a minute, but I had to really look at everything, y'all, because people that suffer from PTSD and people that have triggers and things like that probably always come across as um, offended or going off of something little, um, or just making a big deal about nothing. And most of the time, needless to say, most of the time, it is big to that survivor, that person that suffers from post traumatic stress disorder or post traumatic slavery syndrome. Okay? What has been done is big. Their emotions are invested. There's a reason why they have escalated. And it may be to the person that's receiving it. They may not know what triggered them most of the time. And what I have to not let happen. The first thing you do, survivors, you never let anyone, and I don't care if it's your children, I don't care if it's your neighbor, your family member, anybody, you don't let no one get you out of character. Especially if you have worked so hard to be humble and so hard to change the way you used to be. I used to go from 0 to 10 in 5.5 seconds. You wasn't going to check me. I was going to check you before you checked me. I have come a long way from that because in my journey of healing, I realized that that person don't know most of the time. There are some times where people are intentionally trying to hurt someone, but most of the time, the person that's um, doing something, or that, when you feel like something is being done to you, they don't know that they're triggering you. They don't know that they're saying something that can send you off the edge or something. So you, as a survivor, have to remain calm. You have to understand that that person just don't know. They don't know. They don't know that they just triggered you. And I had to learn that. I don't want to ever be taken out of character. And that's what I'm working on now. I'm not perfect, as any human is not perfect. But it's not up to that person or the people around us not to get you out of character. You have to work on yourself and not allow anyone to get you out of character. to get you to going from 0 to 10 in 5.5 seconds, from going out and all of that, you are responsible for that, not that person. Because people are going to say things all the time. They're always going to be someone that's going to say something to you that you do not like, or something to you that may trigger you. And you have to learn that about yourself and say, you know what? Okay, I'm getting triggered. It's probably time for me to be quiet and move myself out of this situation, because it can escalate. Because those you guys that have PTSD or anxiety, you know that once you're triggered, sometimes can't nothing stop you. You triggered. You're going, either you are worried like crazy about something, or you are going off to no end, because you're gonna protect yourself and nobody's gonna hurt you ever again. You think like that. But I want you guys to know, survivors, that no one is responsible for your actions but you. Only you. So it don't matter if somebody says something and triggers you. Your response is up to you. It is up to you to do right. It's up to you to calm down. It's up to you to remove yourself out of that situation because you're triggered. Take care of yourself. See, I said, and it's probably, if you've been like, I've had issues for a long, long time. And I know, and don't get me wrong, my kids, I was probably overly protective with my kids. I didn't want my kids to learn to do this. I wanted to protect them and shield them from absolutely everything that was wrong with this world. That's what I wanted to do. So I was overly protective. And I love my kids. You're not a perfect parent, but you strive to be perfect. You give them your best. That's all you can do. But I still suffered from PTSD. I suffered from depression, anxiety, OCD. Things had to be a certain way. And still to this day, I have OCD. And things have to be a certain way, because it's not. You can't even say something to me not in that order, because it brings another meaning to me. So if you mean something, say it exactly the way you mean, so that I can understand it. Because if not, I'm going to question you about it. And then there might be an issue because I'm questioning it. I just have to have a clear understanding. And that's just me. And through my therapy, through my life and my healing, I have learned. And that's why I'm telling you guys, okay? And, it's not going to be easy, because sometimes you're really protecting yourself. When someone offends you or hurt you, you're protecting yourself, because I was abused and I was hurt. And I was, a lot of things happened when I was younger, right? And even as an adult, I married an abuser. I got abused, not just a little bit, I got broken bones, done really bad. So I have there's a lot of trauma there. But I am in therapy and I am doing better. However, there are triggers. That I'm still learning. As a survivor, I'm learning myself that this triggered me. Whatever it is, it could be something, and I may not have ever paid attention to it. But then, now that I know that I am triggered, I know what I need to do. And sometimes it's not easy, because some people that trigger you, they don't even know that they do it. They don't know that. They don't know what they do hurts you. They don't know it. In my case, that's how it is. That's how it is. They don't know. And then I come across as uh belligerent. I wasn't gonna say that, but just going off of what I won't have, of what you won't do, what I won't accept. This is the way it's gonna be. Blah 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 blah. So once I'm triggered, I'm totally in an episode. And when you're in an episode, it's real. You're feeling that pain, you're feeling that hurt, you're feeling that abuse, you're feeling everything at that moment. Sometimes you just want that person to acknowledge that they hurt you and apologize. I think I've had one person that sincerely apologized for the hurt that I felt. Because sometimes people don't know they hurt you. They don't know that they're hurting you, whether they care or not. They're just in their own reality. And either you're going to come in their reality or you're just not. Most people have their own perceptions. My problem in life has been taking on other people's lives, dealing with other people's perceptions, and people pleaser. Well, once I try to change that, once I said, no, I'm going to live for me, I'm going to do things that I want to do, I'm going to be happy in my world, in my life, there was problems. I mean, big issues. Big issues. You know, but I can't be responsible for anyone but me. And listen, survivors, you can't. You can't be responsible for someone saying something to you and you getting triggered. You have to be responsible for yourself. And that goes with those that have post-traumatic slavery syndrome. If somebody's across the room and they call you word, and that's a trigger, you have to first ask yourself, are you that? Do I want to remove myself now? Or because if you don't, it's going to escalate. And if you know that you're not something, you don't respond. And you can actually educate that person on exactly what that is. And then you say, you know what? Now you need to go and look that up. Or you can remove yourself out of that situation. I know it's harder said than to do. Because like I said, when I was in the store and that one couple was in there and that lady said to her husband, are you still going to get me an African back scratcher? Two things I could have done. I could have addressed her African back scratcher comment, or I could have just said she was an idiot to think that and remove myself. Needless to say, I did remove myself. Well, I finished shopping. I did. I left. But there is one time, y'all, that I wished, well, I said never again. My son was a baby. He was just a little baby. And I had just left an abusive marriage from a domestic violence shelter in Texas. And they shipped or sent me back to Oklahoma. And I had a broken finger. I was so distraught. I mean, I really was, and desolate. And I had something happened with my child. Oh, I had a ticket back in Texas, or a ticket in Oklahoma. It was something I didn't want to get involved with the police because I'm the only breadwinner with my children. So I knew, I addressed the person that was messing with my child and everything. And as my baby was in my arms, this lady yelled and my baby jumped. And that bothered me for years. That bothered me because I didn't do nothing. I wanted to, but I didn't because I was thinking of the consequences. I was already broken. I had a broken finger. I was abused. And I had to make a choice because I was angry. I was upset, but I had to make a choice. If I go to jail, my kids are going to go into foster care because I don't have no one that will step up and help me. So I had to be humble. I had to get my kids and go back into my house. And that outraged me for years. That bothered me. But, that was just an example, you guys, of removing yourself out of situations that can damage your life. And sometimes you have to. Sometimes you do. You just have to. Whew. Well, y'all, what time is it? Hold on. I got to get up. I'm on grandma duty today. Grandma duty number 10. I got to get over here and get my babies. I still got a few minutes, but yeah, it's just too much. So anyway, that's what I have to do. And that's what you have to do, survivors. Remove yourself out of situations. And don't let nobody get you out of character, honey. Because you got to understand, they still living. Hold on. I'm trying to do this. It's my daughter's new car. I don't know how to work all the electrical stuff, but yeah. Okay. Hold on, yeah. Okay. Turn up the air. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and share that with y'all. I love you guys. Remember, survivors, to change your negative thoughts to positive thoughts, y'all, and to make good choices. It does help. Love you.